There are certain habits that you've heard will change your life, like getting up earlier, exercising regularly, meditating, etc. But will they really? I got my guinea pig on this past year and I tried a lot of them on for size so that I can share with you which ones I think are worth your effort. Let's go! Hi guys, it's Laura from How to Get Your Shit Together, and I help busy people cut the crap and get back to happy. And one of the best ways to do that is to adopt some success habits, things you can learn to do and then just do on autopilot that will improve your life immeasurably. But what are they? Because you do not want to waste your time and energy trying things that are just not going to work or are not going to have a big enough payoff. You want to have a fair idea that they're worth the effort before you commit. Lucky for you, I did a year-long experiment to try and change my life. I took on a series of 30-day challenges that were designed to help me try and adopt some of these habits that most successful people seem to have in common. And it had surprising results. Here are the ones that I think are actually worth your time, the ones that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. The first challenge I attempted was one that I thought was going to be the hardest, but actually turned out to be the most successful. Getting up earlier. I am now a complete convert, and as a lifelong night owl, I never thought I would say that. Now, if you're not already getting a decent night's sleep because of illness or young children or shift work or whatever, you can go ahead and give this one a hard pass. Otherwise, you definitely want to try this one out. Your mornings will be less rushed, they will be much calmer and quieter, and you will actually get something done instead of just racing out the door. It will start your day on the right foot and you will carry that feeling with you. I challenged myself to get up at 6:30 every morning, which is about an hour before my daughter gets up, and I got so much done while she was still sleeping. I felt so much more in control, I felt so much more accomplished, and I was much more patient with my daughter when I had that time first. Now listen, I am the type of person who comes alive at night. I never thought I would be able to implement this one. Yes, I felt awful those first few days, but I got used to it surprisingly quickly. I started sleeping better and waking naturally at that hour. And I feel now that my days are more full, they are front loaded. So even if the rest of the day completely runs away with me, I will still have got something done. It allows me to get ahead of the curve rather than just constantly trying to catch up. And this one ties into another challenge that I took on later in the year, which was to eat a frog. In other words, to tackle my hardest task first. Again, it is about front-loading your day, so giving priority to the important stuff first thing in the morning so that you give yourself the greatest chance of success. When you take a big bite out of them first thing in the morning, you feel so much better. You start the day on a high note. No matter what else happens, when the car gets a flat tire and the kids are screaming and you stepped on a Lego, when everything else is going on the back burner, you will at least know that you have made progress on your biggest goal for that day. Because we can all spend time doing a busy work, and I did find at times that I was slipping into those trivial things in the morning. But if I was going to be getting up at 6:30 every morning, I was not going to be wasting that time. I ate my frog and filled up on the good stuff first. Now, I hesitated about including the next one because I don't necessarily feel that you would have to implement it as a lifelong habit, but I definitely think that you should do it for at least 6 weeks and then maybe at regular intervals throughout your life. And that is morning pages. Morning pages are the brainchild of Julia Cameron. She outlines them in her book, The Artist's Way. Essentially, they are 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing first thing in the morning. It is about just emptying your head of all of its thoughts and ideas and dreams and worries and stresses and all of that stuff, just getting it all down on paper so that you can continue your day with a clean slate. Okay, now, if you have watched my video on this, you will already know how much I struggled with it. Writing just like solid stream of consciousness stuff does not allow you time to stop and edit or filter what you're saying, so some of what comes out can be scary. Most of it will be just like mundane crap and some stuff that doesn't even make sense. I don't know how many times I wrote the word blah, but some of it will be like subconscious fears, suppressed childhood memories, really painful emotions. It is a melting pot up in here. At times I found it very, very distressing and upsetting. More like mourning pages. I said goodbye to a lot of my innocence and a nice pair of irreplaceable rose-tinted glasses. You won't find those at Gucci. It dropped me right down into a big muddy swamp and then dragged my arse backwards through it and dumped me out on the other side to dry off. But on that other side was a breakthrough. You know, it showed me that some stuff from my past was way more shit than I had even comprehended. Goodbye, blissful ignorance. But it also showed me how to have a much brighter future. So now I didn't keep it up for longer than about 2 months because it was eating into a lot of my sacred, precious morning time. But also after my breakthrough, I felt that it just started to get a little bit stale. I felt like I had got as much out of it as I was going to at that time. But I do think that I would go back to it in future if I had like another issue that I thought needed to be resolved. And I would be much more prepared this time. Without a doubt, it changed my life. In some ways for the worse, but overall I do think that I understand myself a lot better now. And it's cheaper than therapy. Though still do go down the therapy route if you feel you need it. Can't put a price on good mental health. Obviously I tried way more habits than that. I tried daily reading, daily exercising, meditation, gratitude, etc. And while most of them were great, I just didn't feel that they had the same kind of like significant and long-term impact that these ones did during my year-long experiment. I do have other habits though that I would highly recommend. They make me so much more productive on a daily basis, and some of them are so simple. I know that they will work for you. So if you are ready to make a change, then click here to learn more about those. Until then, Garam Hila Mahagwev. Agus Faki Meshif Shigalua. Slán.